Hi, everyone. Angela Bixby, Energy Intuit, coming to you here today on Wednesday, June 17th, with the mid-June energy update for the balance of June, for the last 2 weeks of June. I am Angela. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive channel, consciousness mentor, psychic development teacher. I've been doing this work for over 15 years, since 2011. I'm very passionate about it. It's a second career for me. The purpose of these recordings, of these channelings and this YouTube channel and my whole body of work are to really kind of bridge the gap between living in the 3D and pulling in the 5D energies and, being a human on the planet at this time as it's awakening with all of the trials and tribulations that we're all facing as we walk into 3D and try to pull in and ground in and integrate the 5D and higher dimensional energies into our lives and communities, working towards the world that we would really like to create for ourselves. So what I'll do is I'll begin in just a moment. The process is that I channel a number of different collectives and types of beings. I only work with fifth dimension and above for safety reasons. I'm dimensionally oriented. Like I said, I teach this stuff. So I channel the higher guidance. And so I'm bringing through a collective today that I've channeled previously and very recently. They're called the Humane Collective. They're a seventh dimensional collective made up of a mix of galactics and angelics and other types of entities that are seventh dimensional, that are here with some pointed and direct messages for us. And in this channeling, you'll hear at the end, they also offer us two practices for kind of dealing with and coping with the times that we're in. So what I do is the process is I channel ahead of time, I type it all up, and then I come on camera and I read through it all for you guys. So I'm not exactly live channeling. I'm delivering the channeled messages that I've already received from you all. So let's jump in. The mid-June energy updates. Bouts of doubt are rising in these last days of June as the lids come off again on the rage of the people, the humans, towards those working hard to control the people and to centralize the systems of the world. It's important during this time to pick your battles and to conserve your energy, for there will be more and rising opportunities for your might and resistance in the coming weeks. While the humans on your planet have had their fill of control and oppression paradigms, those in power are tightening the screws and making more desperate power grabs now. It's tricky as humans it's tricky as humans know to stay grounded and in their right minds during this period, while simultaneously feeling all that is wrong about these situations in their bodies. I'll go ahead and repeat that. I do some repetition from time to time. I've had feedback from you, the audience, if that's helpful to really digest what it is that Spirit's asking me to parlay to you all today. It's tricky as humans know to stay grounded and in their right minds during this period, while simultaneously feeling all that is wrong about these situations in their bodies. The time has come for you to take care of yourselves and each other, first and foremost. Check on your friends, family, and chosen family now as we all march forward with our individual sovereignty. The imperative is to tactfully and to persistently resist, question, challenge the authoritarians. If their policies or lack thereof are enraging you in your sensibilities, make your voices louder around it all. It is a critical time to continue to keep all eyes on your local and national leaders and hold them to task loudly. I'm going to repeat that paragraph again. The imperative is to tactfully and to persistently resist, question, challenge the authoritarians. If their policies or lack thereof are enraging you in your sensibilities, make your voices louder around it all. It is a critical time to continue to keep all eyes on your local and national leaders and hold them to task loudly. We are happy to remind you of a few practices and tactics to work with your doubts and frustrations now. For those of you whose hearts and souls are aligned to your global mother, your life force and life source called Gaia. First, breathe with her. Sit outside or inside and breathe deeply down into your root chakra, your own base starting points of your body. As you build a rhythm with your breath, beginning to deepen your breath and imagine it going down deeply into Mother Earth's soil and back up into and through you. Perhaps you breathe her energy all the way up and out of your crown, to then imagine that it is encircling you and going back into the earth. Or alternatively, breathe it back after you've breathed it up to the crown, breathe it back downward along your own spinal axis. So either way, whether you visualize that the energy that's coming out of your crown is going back into the earth, or whether you breathe it straight back down through you, either way is fine. Both methods are effective and the choice is yours. We say breathe and continue to breathe with Mother Earth with your breath extending all the way down to her core. So even though you're starting by going down into her layers, you're going to go deeper and deeper and down towards her core with this practice. Second, we offer this concept of a resounding vacuum. All right, I'm leading out of the channeling. This was totally new to me. I understand the concepts, but really, truly, Spirit brought these things in while I was channeling, and I was like, okay, we're getting two new practices today. It was this one in particular was kind of a surprise. Back to the channeling. This is a method and an approach to vacuuming excess fears out of your atmosphere and not bringing them through your bodies. It's a version of transmuting the fears with sound, either literal or imagined sound. I'm being shown a didgeridoo and I'm hearing low bass sounds, like hearing a group of people chant Om, or if you've ever heard a group of Tibetan Buddhist monks with kind of a low bass hum with it as they're chanting Om is the sound and the resonance and kind of the frequency that I'm hearing. Here's the guidance on this process. Sit comfortably and commit to 10 to 20 minutes for this. Drop into attunement with your breath and into a meditative state. Imagine the fears floating around in the atmosphere. Perhaps assign them a color if that helps your process. Bring in sound either through your own singing, chanting, humming, or toning with an instrument or soundtrack, or simply imagine an instrument. Now imagine the sounds, the musical notes being attached to a container. So the sound is being fed into a container in your mind's eye. Something like a vacuum canister is what they're getting at here. Next, visualize a hose coming out of the canister and wield it to vacuum the fear out of your atmosphere for the remaining minutes. You'll be visualizing the fears getting vacuumed into the canister filled with sound. Then imagine a vent at the bottom of the canister that deposits the transmuted fears or the gunk that you vacuumed into the sound chamber. Then imagine a vent in the bottom of the canister that deposits the transmuted fears into the earth. Our master transmuter, this practice of gathering and depositing fears after they've moved through this resounding vacuum and into Mother Earth, well, she will be pleased to continue the transmutation of these energies into love and the Father for it. These two practices have the obvious benefits for both you and your community. This is a better way to work with your rising doubts, anger, and frustrations at this time, for it will yield more productive states for you and your communities. We know this saga, we know how this saga ends up, and the challenge is that it requires many long-term tactics to continue to fight the important fight for your rights, your sovereignty, and the peace in your souls. You are not meant to be caged and controlled by your leaders, for that is the opposite of leadership. That is all. We are the Humane Collective, seventh dimensional collective. So that was the message that they brought through for us today, short and sweet with a couple of practices, obviously acknowledging the vast amounts of discomfort and abuse happening around the globe now as we're all moving through these transformative 20s together. I hope that this supports you. Please give it a like if it did. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to learn about events that I'm doing, I'm running a past life workshop next week and a channeling workshop on the full moon on the 29th. Jump over to my website, energyintuit.com, the events and workshops tab, and you'll see all of the events that I have upcoming for the summer there. I hope to meet one of you in a class or in a one-on-one session. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a question or a comment below. And I hope that this channeling has served and supported you well. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys shortly with another video.